So when the aperture of the consciousness opens, so these outer nesting dolls have shifted. They are all now more in resonance with truth than they were before. And now that percolates through the realms and bounces, and connects with our core. And now our core responds. Okay, that's what it looks like with these nesting dolls shifting in energy and consciousness. Parts of the truth that were dark, that weren't there, are now there, and we have to digest that through our biosuit, through our system. And it's to help prepare us to receive more full spectrum truth. So I'm talking about a consciousness, and the energy of truth that is the truth from the outer nesting dolls of the cosmos, through the galactics, through the celestial, through the solar, through the heliosphere, through the collective field of the planet, through our individual fields as countries and states, and you know what I mean, through all the different nesting dolls. When it's a truth when it's a truth actuated through all those levels, that means now we are forced to reorientate. We're forced, I'm going to say forced only because our ego drivers kick and scream going through this kind of thing. When we really thought something was true and we find out that it's not, it's scathing, it's painful. And the depth that this resonance is coming from, I'm saying outer, but this is inner, right? The depth that all of this resonant truth is coming from is really, really profound. And the sense I have, it hasn't really been in this, I'm going to say in the human collective for quite some time. Now there's pockets here and there, unknown pockets here and there of collectives that do embody this, but they're hidden. Let's say it that way. They're hidden. We don't see them. We don't have experience of them. And I imagine many of them would prefer it that way. All right. So if our relationship to the truth is painful, that means that we are heavily attached to ideas and beliefs that are built on non-truths, that are built on lies, on folly. Folly is a better way to say it, because folly covers falsehood. Lies kind of implies, all sorts of other things. So folly, we'll say folly. If you're hearing the truth, an actual truth, not a manipulative thing, but if you're hearing an actual truth, and it takes time to decide if something is a truth, right? So it's not like that. It's when it's really a big thing coming through, revealing itself to you, that is a truth that is not what in alignment with what you thought and believed previously. Maybe you thought and believed it for a few months or a few years or a few decades, right? If it's not aligned with what you previously thought and believed, then it's going to be scathing. It's going to be a painful experience, that truth. So this is what we're doing this month for those of us on the edge. It's like we're able to allow that aperture for that higher consciousness that's waking up on all these levels. I should say being freed up on all these levels and can free flow again, like a breathing, like the breath of the universe. The breath of the pulse of the entire cosmos passes through our very being. The pulse of the cosmos passes through our very being, and the being of the very core of the earth, and the core of the stars, and the core of all these other planets that we're in this heliosphere with, right? So this interconnectedness helps us accept this truth, accept the truths that are coming from the pulsing, right? That doesn't mean crisis of faith isn't coming, because that still can happen for sure. That's always on the table. That's always on the table. But what I'm getting at here is that there's so much more consciousness free flowing in these outer nesting dolls that used to be held up in all these constructs, right? And now those constructs aren't there in the Akasha and the 4D field, and that much more life force energy is flowing freely, and now much deeper, higher levels of consciousness are dropping in for those of us who can receive it. or those of us who have chosen to receive it. That's probably a better way of saying it. So it's scathing. It's painful because we have to wake up to all the lies that we were told. We have to wake up to all the lies we told ourselves. We have to wake up all the ways that we sold ourselves short because of those lies, right? So there's a deep emotional process, inner process that comes with these truths. But this is the year for it to all come out. This is the year. And March, March is the beginning. And some of us are going to, rip it off like a Band-Aid and be done. Right. And some of us are going to want more time and space to work through it. We have some time to work through it. It's not like we have to rush ourselves. And this is one of the really important lessons in us doing this, us on the forerunners processing the opening of this aperture, is because, how do I say this? Hold on a second. It's about to come out backwards. Sometimes things come out backwards when I start channeling energy, channeling consciousness from within. Okay. One of the big lessons here that I'm recognizing is to not rush. Not rush. Give yourself, because when it's scathing, we want it to hurry up and be over, but don't rush. And this is because when we slow down, we can really be clear in letting us have the feeling, letting us process an experience. Now, we may know down the road a choice has to be made. We may know that down the road A, B, and C has to happen, but it's not right now, right? It's down the road. And the space you hold for yourself as you process these intensities will help you feel, sense, taste, know, digest these energies in such a way where tomorrow you're going to feel differently. The day after that, you're going to notice something different. The day after that, you're going to be noticing something different. And each day leading up to the moment where the choice has to be made, you are going to be a different person. You are not going to be how you are right now. You're going to be a different person because you digested all those energies from the opening aperture. Okay? And I'm not saying this is easy work at all. I would not kid you like that. But if you guys get a sense of what I'm talking about for you on a personal level, totally, let us know in the chat. So you can just say hallelujah. And I know that you're one of those that you feel like you're one of those on the edge of that wave.